So with that being said, I want to segue into this. And this is stemming off of the first question in regards to us looking at minorities that are successful and not really, giving them their accolades and saying it's a conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. Are we as people not comfortable in our own skin? And when I say that, I say it from this, and I'm going to go somewhere different with it.
I know.
We look at each other a particular way that he can't do that, right?
No, because you can't.
So we're not comfortable in our own skin and what we can and can't do. And as well as not just what we can and can't do, like Jay-Z's line, like Jay-Z said about his uncle, hey, don't put your shortcomings on me.
Right.
But with that even being said, do we hold ourselves back? And when I say that, I'm saying, as people, one of my mans put out a post the other day and just said, yo, come out of your comfort zone. Do something.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I would absolutely agree. Yeah,
put yourself out there, challenge yourself, do something. Are we so much to the point where, people want to hold an image or be a particular way or give up a certain persona that they don't feel like they're not comfortable in their skin to just be who they are, and that's why they're quick to knock the next man because they're not even comfortable in their own skin. They're not willing to just be who they are and do what they want to do, so they don't think you can. Ain't no way Steve could get up there and do that. Ain't no way that All Shapes and Sizes podcast made $1 million in his first year. Woohoo! I'll put that out there in the hemisphere. That's in the atmosphere now.
Yo, honestly, I think people see. I've kind of never been afflicted by this. I think it's like a condition, right? Where you look at somebody and you look at their success and you only see your failure, right? So you hate on that person, or you say, yo, he must have did something, abnormal to get where he is, and I'm not willing to do that, even though you can't name what that is. Right?
Allegedly.
Right? He must have did something abnormal, and I would never do that. I would never sell my soul. Well, how did he sell his soul? Like, yo, I look at somebody else, you doing great, I'm happy for you, right?
Keep
like
winning. Keep winning.
That has nothing to do with me. I'm happy for you. So yes. I do think people do see their shortcomings in other people's successes. And that's why we view certain successes the way we do, right? Also, again, I think we're conditioned to also feel like, yo, there's only so high we can go, right? And okay, Jay-Z partners with the NFL. Yup. he did something wrong, right? He did something. There's got to be something there. There must be some ulterior motive to whatever. And it possibly could. But guess what? When you're at that level, you got to play the game in a certain manner. Like, we're too afraid to play the game sometimes.
But you know what we do also is we pass judgment not knowing what takes place in the back office and how deals are made.
But that's the
inner
point.
Workings of stuff.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And
so it might be not even playing the game. It might even be.
No,
it might just be as simple as you think this is a game. This ain't even a game.
It's always playing the game.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you. To the average Joe, they might think, he up there doing this and third here. It might not be playing the game. It might not be truly what you say, a game. It might be this is what happens at this level. From a view standpoint, you might think it's different because you're so far down here. When you look up, it looks like this until you come up here and you say, oh, wait a minute, this is what it really is? Way down there, I thought it was different. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times how close you are to a situation, you understand it differently. I had a conversation with a friend talking about stocks and securities.
Yeah.
Right? And I used to have my Series 6 and 63 license. I used to do securities. So he's saying, this is what goes on, this, that, and third here. And I've heard several people say that. I'm like, no, that's not what goes on.
Right.
But from their level of looking up, I understood it only because prior to me getting into that field, I thought the same to some degree. So then when I hear them, I'm like, until you in it, that's not what you think. And I try to explain to them, I get what you're saying. I thought that way in the past before I got my license and went through and understood the business and understood trading.
I think it's easy to judge when you're not in those shoes.
Yes.
Right? So people are like, yo, I don't trust a politician. Right?
Why not?
I don't trust politicians, politics.
And they never have a reason. Because they all crooked.
Right, they're all crooked. But you also have to look at it from this standpoint.
I don't trust mechanics. They're all crooked too.
It just is what it is. I have been elected by
You
30,000 people with 30,000 different opinions on things. These are the things that matter to you. These are the things that you said matter to you, and I'm going to be the one to get that done. I come on here, I give you my campaign promises, but then what do? I go after I'm elected, these things don't get done for you. I only get 1 or 2 of these things done for you. And something else gets done that you don't like, right? And they're like, well, you signed off on it. Well, I was only able to sign off on it
to get these other things
that you wanted. Sometimes
they don't understand that. They don't understand that level of politics.
It's compromise, right? So, and then they're like, well, if I was in that position, I wouldn't do it, right? Well, then guess what? You wouldn't get anything done. And then those same people, when you go back to them and say, yo, I tried, are not going to want to hear it. They're going to be like,
because you haven't been able to get anything done.
Exactly, right? So again, I wasn't trying to change it into political, but that's how it is. I was giving that as an example, as also you're an executive somewhere, or you're a black person, you're an executive, and you're saying, okay, what is my job as an executive of this company? And you mad because I gave this young white boy, I made him into a rapper, Vanilla Ice. He's selling millions and millions. Oh, you a sellout. Well, my job is to make this company money.
Yes.
I could put you in this same position. You're going to make X amount of dollars. Why? Because you're willing to go out and buy that bootleg. You're not willing to, you'll get mad at the $15 price point. Whereas them over here will not. But this is me doing my job, so I can turn around and come back to you and say, okay, I'm going to put you in the same position, knowing that I'm not going to make enough money off of it.
So we rocking now, baby.